Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and once again, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. It has been some time. Well, actually, it's been since yesterday since I was here broadcasting on the Blog Talk Radio Network, and as I've said in prior broadcasts, these shows are going to get more habitual. Folks, as you can tell by the title of the program, we are celebrating our 100th episode. That's right, folks. We actually have been broadcasting for 100 solid episodes, and I want to extend my thanks to everyone who's been out there, a true supporter of True Conservative Radio, and especially all those damn left-wing, long-haired, liberal, bedwetting hippies that try to agitate the program, that try to somehow come up on here and provide little prank calls and all that other nonsense. This goes out to you, too. 100 episodes, folks. You know, that just flows out very freely. It just flows out smoothly, in my opinion. 100 episodes, folks. And once again, this is the special, I guess, anniversary or the, I guess, commemorative edition or whatever the case might be. So I decided to do things a little bit different on the titling of the program. From now on, they are now going to be titled with 100. For instance, you saw on the title, True Conservative Radio, hosted by Ghost, episode 100. The next episode is going to be 101, and so on and so forth. So this way, when the historians in the future, here within the next 50 to 100 years, are looking back on history, they're trying to find the historical records of those that were living in the times that we're probably living in the latter part of America, if you want my personal opinion. I'm not trying to be a hyper-sensationalist, but when the historians of that time look upon this time and they are looking for true voices, true individuals who are trying to give an actual account of history, they will look upon the True Conservative Radio program, and we're just going to make it a little bit easier for them, and we're going to go ahead and title the programs 100, 101, 102, so on and so forth. So once again, folks, this is the 100th episode of the True Conservative Radio program, and I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Please, if you want to chime in about anything, we're going to be talking about random issues, random ideas, random things that are going on not only in America but in the world. So please give us a call. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. And to be frank with you, folks, I'm a little worn down, so to speak. You know, I'm a business owner, and I'm out here a family man, and I've got, I do this show, and I'm trying to do it more habitually, and unfortunately, it's weighing down on me. It's weighing down on me. So at some point, if I get a little pooped, if there's no more gas in the gas tank, I may have to resort to taking a whole bunch of these damn energy pills to kick in so we can, get some more of that fervor, so we can get some more of that passion that people have come to know on the True Conservative Radio program. And before I say anything else, I'm not trying to advocate that as a remedy to gaining energy in any fashion. The only reason I'm doing it is because I know that the listeners of True Conservative Radio, whether you're listening live or in the archive, I know that you expect passion, you expect the emotion, you expect the true conservative commentary that you've come to know and love in this program, and let me tell you, Ghost will not let you down. So, folks, aside from it being the 100th episode here in the True Conservative Radio program, we're going to go ahead and talk about a whole bunch of different issues. I want to first start off and talk about the North Korean footage that has come out about a supposed healthy Kim Jong-il leader. And for those of you folks that aren't out there, that haven't watched the boob tube or haven't gathered your information properly or haven't seen the footage of the so-called great communist leader, Kim Jong-il, this guy looks like a decrepit, disabled, stroke victim, with all due respect. I mean, one half of his body is completely contorted. He looks a little dopey. And this is the propaganda that the North Koreans were trying to put forth as, somehow saving face for the North Korean leader. Are you kidding me? He's got half a face, for heaven's sake. And I just think it just shows that North Korea is very unstable. If the whole state of affairs of North Korea is in the hands of this, with all due respect, half-witted at this point, Kim Jong-il, I think that, the probability of him deciding off of some crack pipe idea, because remember, he's a stroke victim, out of some crack pipe idea in his half-witted mind, he decides he wants to, throw a, ballistic missile, across the ocean over here at the United States, or he wants to throw a ballistic missile at Japan, or he wants to implement his doctrine of unification by force and go out there and get the South Koreans. I think this is a very serious situation. And, we should keep our eye on this. I just wanted to say, and we did put emphasis on the fact that North Korea earlier this week or a couple of weeks ago was trying to flex its muscles on trying to blast a satellite into space. And, the eye of the world was looking upon that, and unfortunately, it fizzled out. Their rocket went up, and it just fizzled out, and it landed into the ocean, and it just attempted to show their military might, which isn't there. And frankly, folks, if Kim Jong-il dies, and I think it's a great thing if Kim Jong-il dies. I think it's a great damn thing. I hope you die, Kim Jong-il. I hope you die, you stupid bastard. How you like that? Anyway, Kim Jong-il, if he dies, I think it would be a great thing for not only the North Koreans but the South Koreans. That whole region, the history behind that is just so heartbreaking and so heart-wrenching. It makes you sick to your stomach. But the reason I bring this up is because this is the agenda of the liberals. This is the agenda of the feminists. They want to do the same thing right here in America. And we're going to talk more about that here in a second, but I just want to say, folks, keep up to date with the news. Go out there and read. Get a laptop. Get one of these damn little mobile units, one of these little mobile internet little dongles that you can have on your little USB. Try to get on the internet as much as possible and look up your news. Look up the politics, look up world politics, look up international relations, look up everything. Gather all the news and information each day, compile it, and come up with your own assumptions, come up with your own ideas. Because if you're going to sit over here and listen to idiot muff divers like Rachel Maddow or that fat-headed, four-eyed Nimrod, what's his stupid name? That idiot, that four-eyed idiot. I even forgot his name. I don't even want to talk about him. That's probably why I forgot his name. If you want to listen to these morons and expect them to give you the damn truth, you're a damn bona fide moron. And frankly, most of the people that are out here, pissing and moaning about, oh, my mortgage and oh, my car payment. Most of you idiots are out here in over your head because you willingly, through the free society that we live in, you willingly put yourself in a situation that made you in over your head. and now that you're in over your head, and now that the economy is in a situation where, they're laying off everybody, folks. If you haven't been hit up by the layoffs, well, by God, you should consider yourself lucky, and you should be considering yourself a little wary out here. But if you've been hit with this layoff situation, and you're trying to get a job out here in this job market, you're going to find it very difficult, folks, because you're having to compete with illegal immigrants that are in this country devaluing the cost of labor. These are individuals that will work for below minimum wage, folks. And remember, we are only a service industry-oriented economy. Let me reemphasize that for you Nimrods that are just sitting over there, all right? We are a service industry-oriented economy. We don't manufacture diddly. So all these folks that are being laid off, within the past 3 months, it's averaged at about 650,000 jobs lost a month. All these people that are out here looking for jobs, they have to compete with the illegal immigrants that are not only taking their job, but they're devaluing the cost of labor. And meanwhile, we've got the cost of goods, the cost of energy, the cost of health care, the cost of every single thing that affects our lives going up through the roof. I mean, don't you realize that this is a recipe for disaster? This is why I do these programs. This is why I try to conduct these pieces of true conservative commentary. We need to talk about these things, folks. This is a recipe for disaster. And instead, you got these liberals out here trying to throw a humanitarian spin on the whole concept of the immigration issue, quote unquote. They like to call them undocumented workers now. How you like that stupid, politically correct nonsense, huh? Oh, yes, undocumented worker. Shut your stupid mouth, Billy. But this is the new America that we're living in. We've got illegal immigrants that have more rights in this country than you do. And I know there's a lot of people who listen into this program and try to wonder why I emphasize so much on that particular topic, the immigration issue. Because that affects the integrity of America. Because sooner or later, folks, Americans with ancestry in America are no longer going to be the majority. They are no longer going to be the majority. So who's going to be the majority? The immigrants! The damn immigrants, you stupid idiots! So throw a humanitarian spin on that, you Karl Marx worshiping, liberal, long hair, tree hugging, global warming idiots! I mean, bottom line, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks. All right? You're listening to True Conservative Radio. We, of course, are celebrating the 100th edition of True Conservative Radio, and we definitely want to hear from you. These are just random. This is a free format, once again, show. We were talking a little bit about the North Korean leader, looking like he's a little decrepit, looking like he's about 2 steps away from a damn casket. And, I hope so. I will not shed a tear for dumbass Kim Jong-il, all right? I'm not going to shed a tear if that bastard dies. And speaking of communist dictators not dying, Fidel Castro, huh? Fidel Castro finally shows proof of life, huh? Old Fidel Castro, according to the Associated Press, has met with 3 visiting U.S. lawmakers in a private little meeting out there in Havana. They're going to discuss improved relations with U.S. and Cuba. Oh, yeah, that's right. All this shows the communists is you've got to just continue on with the fight, continue on with the quote-unquote struggle. That's a big word for the communists. continue with the struggle for about 50 some odd years, and eventually the damn capitalist, the damn constitutional republic will crack and want to continue to trade with you, even though you slapped them in the mouth, even though you betrayed them on a variety of different levels. I spit on Fidel Castro, and it's too bad that stupid bastard's still alive. I can't believe that bastard has stood the test of time, for heaven's sake. All right? I mean, you know what? I'm going to say a prayer here. You know what, God? Please, if you're listening, please have Fidel Castro trip over his own feet again and have him land on that stupid noggin. And same with Kim Jong-il while you're at it. Get all these communist dictators out of here. I'm sick of communism. We've been dealing with communism for so many years. I just don't understand why these idiots continue to pop out of uterus holes and continue to perpetuate this ridiculous nonsense generation after generation. I'm sick of this crap, folks. Aren't you? I mean, haven't we relived this whole communist, quote-unquote struggle with these ass clowns already? It's enough. Damn Fidel Castro, you prostate-infected stupid loser. He's a bona fide moron. Anyway, folks, in the news today also, Vermont officially legalizes gay marriage with a veto override. You know that? Now, Vermont, of course, I've read that it acknowledged gay marriage. That's why when I did the infamous Are You Calling In Gay Tomorrow edition of the True Conservative radio program, I told all the bitter homosexuals that were in California that were a little upset at the fact that the people of California, which is the most liberal state in the Union, basically went against gay marriage. I mean, they went against the judicial branch trying to legislate from the bench. They went against the mayors of cities that were trying to legislate on a federal or a state level. That's what they did. The people spoke, and the California people said, we don't want gay marriage. Well, Vermont, I guess, officially legalizes gay marriage. All right? And it is the first state to legalize gay marriage through a state legislature's vote. That means a whole damn state legislature, and, the vote, let me get you the vote on that, but the vote was pretty unanimous out here. It was unbelievably unanimous. But lo and behold, Vermont, you can now go out there if you happen to be one of these disenchanted California homosexuals that are out here and you want to insist on continuing, this so-called, this is, to be honest with you, gay marriage is just an attempt to ruin the sanctity of regular, everyday marriage itself. All right? Now, the vote in the legislature. Now, this is the state legislature of Vermont. The first state legislature to vote for gay marriage. They won it unanimously, 100-49 in favor of gay marriage out there in Vermont. So this is why I say, folks, go out there. If you happen to be a disenchanted California homosexual and you still want to go out there and get married and you still want to ruin the sanctity of marriage, all right, go out there and go to Vermont, get some maple syrup, put it in your poop chute, or do whatever it is you people do, and that's all there is to it. Now, when I make comments like that, I don't want the homosexual community to, I don't want them to believe that I'm against them, all right? I'm not, all right? If you're an American, if you're out there contributing to America, you're a patriot, you believe in the Constitution, I mean, by God, you can do whatever it is you want in the privacy of your own home. If you want to have grotesque orgies with fat lard asses, with KY jelly and small animals, I don't care. What I do care about is that the homosexual community is out here utilizing the whole concept of they, quote-unquote, getting married as a prelude to ruin the sanctity of marriage altogether. Now, what I can suggest to the homosexual community, if you're truly worried about the so-called issues that give this so-called gay marriage debate fervor, if you're really worried about the whole, oh, I just want to be able to make it a legal binding contract so I can bequeath all my belongings and bequeath all my wealth and I can put them on my insurance and I can do this and I can do that, well, why don't you advocate that? Why don't you advocate it in a judicial, contractual basis? Don't try to ruin the sanctity of marriage, and that's exactly what gay marriage is doing to America. Now, do you understand, all the homosexuals out there? If you want what the supposed substance is behind gay marriage, which of course is, the homosexuals say, I just want to be able to bequeath my wealth if I die or, get an infection when I'm underwater basket weaving or anything of that nature. I just want to bequeath my wealth, or I want to put my lover on my insurance, or I just want to act in a contractual basis as a couple. I don't care about that, but advocate that, damn it! Don't advocate gay marriage. That's why I'm so against it, because it's an attack on the American family. It's an attack on the American family, and I'm a foot soldier for the American family. So all you disenchanted California homosexuals that are used to, having the revolving door at your local bathhouse, and you're upset because you can't get married to the guy or the woman that was able to, float your boat in the homosexual arousal arena, well, then you can now go to Vermont, collect maple syrup, and shove it up your poop chutes, all right? That's what you all can do. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of it, folks. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get off this whole concept of, gay marriage. Do what you want in the privacy of your own bedroom, all right? I have no problem with that. But I don't want to see this out here in everyday society. I don't want to go out to the grocery store and see two hairy-ridden males rubbing up on each other like a bunch of savage, disgusting animals. All right, and I don't want children to be exposed to that malarkey. And here you have California, the most liberal state in the union. The people, they voted. They said they didn't want it. So that's all there is to it. Just makes me sick. Anyway, let me go excuse me, I'm stumbling over my own tongue like John Edwards trying to explain how to cheat on a dying woman, for heaven's sake. Anyway, Nadia Suleman, the infamous Octobomb that we've been keeping up to date with here, of course, out of the AP, it says that she had, overtime wages and an inheritance that paid for her vitro infertilization. That's what she's claiming out here. According to this article, it said that she spent at least $24,000 on the vitro fertilization procedures that led to the infamous 14 genetic freak show family. So, for all you feminists out there, for all you Gloria Steinem muff divers that want to go out there and replicate your goddess, which is Octomom out here, all you have to have is $24,000 in the pocket. So all you got to do is hop from, penis to penis to penis and go out there and accumulate as much as you can, as the spongers has most American and westernized females have become. You can go out there and accumulate about 24, 25 G's and go out there and get a damn mad scientist to stick a damn turkey baster up your uterus hole, and lo and behold, you got a genetic freak show family. Welcome to America, folks. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable, folks. And this is the new America. This is the new America. You know, I commented the last show about Obama out there in Turkey, standing in front of the Turkey and the Islamic world looking upon the speech, and he basically apologized for America. You know what I mean? He basically bowed down to the Islamic world. He was basically calling the American people arrogant. Oh, we are arrogant. We're sorry, Islam. We're sorry. This is the new socialist, communist, pussified, liberalized America that we're living in, folks. And you all wanted it. It's unfortunate, but the majority of the American people wanted it. That's why once Obama was, first recognized as the official United States president, people started crying. Oh, people started crying. People started saying, yay, my mortgage is going to be over, and I'm going to get a Cadillac in my driveway, and money's going to grow on trees, and I'm going to get a house in the sky. Get the hell out of here. What's happened? An open raid on the American tax-paying system. That's what happened. That's what in the blue hell happened, folks. And what's unfortunate, all right, what is unfortunate is that we sit here and we're at a vulnerable point in American history. Right now, we have a liberal-dominated government here. No matter which way you look at it, it's liberalism and feminism. If you really socially analyze the influence of liberalism and feminism, you can see that the tentacles extend all the way, not only in our modern-day government, but in the judicial system, in the education system, in the nonprofit organization system. I mean, I can go on and on, folks. Look at the liberalization of everything. It's disgusting. This is not what we come to know and love as America, capitalist free market enterprise. This is not the America where one can be born into poverty and with persistence, patience, perseverance, and risk, you can make yourself something out of nothing. We've heard all the American dream stories, folks. It can happen, but I don't know, now in this new day and age of socialism or communism, I don't even know what you call it, because socialism and communism doesn't really suit what has happened here in America. What's happened here in America has been an open raid on the American tax-paying system. And everybody seems to be just okay with it. Oh, it's unfortunate, folks. Unfreaking believable. And that's why I come up on here and scream. That's why I come up on here and try to, conduct some damn broadcast. Hopefully some of the damn things that I say on this broadcast spark some damn synapses in your brains out here. Because this is not a joke. We're not in Kansas anymore. Just to put it in some vernacular of you boob tube, you boob tube dwellers out there. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you, folks. This is the 100th episode of the True Conservative Radio program. Before we get into anything, I'd like for everyone to bookmark the webpage at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And once again, I want to please ask everyone who's listening in, please spread that link like wildfire. Email it to people, put it in the forums, put it in the blogs, everywhere. I need your help, folks. We need true conservative commentary to be amplified on the most extreme level. You don't hear this type of commentary on the boob tube. You don't hear it on the mainstream media outlets, and there is a reason you don't. There is a reason you don't hear it, folks, is because they want to suppress any opposition to this so-called new change in America. And it's pretty sad, folks, and frankly, that's why I come up on here and do these broadcasts. I can't believe this is it. This is America. This is what we told our children was the American dream. Most of these children don't realize when they're going out there and trying to, aspire to be some supposed figure in our society, when we tell these children to go out and become, I'm going to become a lawyer, a doctor, yeah, and they go to college, all right? They go to college, and what do these poor folks do? They put themselves in debt. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. They put themselves in debt before they even get a whiff of what is going on here in America, before they get a whiff of going out there and actually owning something. We're putting them in debt before they have the opportunity to capitalize on any type of occupation, folks. And then after they get out of college with all that debt, what happens? They get their little pissly job, 35, 40, 50 a year, 60, 70 a year if they're lucky. And what happens? Do they save up their money? Do they pay off their little debts to the student loans? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They go out there and buy the car. They go out there and buy the plasma screen TV. They go out there and finance the $250,000 house on a $25,000 or $30,000 a year income. This is what happens. And this is why we're in the situation we're in, folks. Don't you understand it? This is not a joke. I mean, whether you're a liberal, whether you're a damn Republican, whether you're a Democrat, you have to see through the smoke screen, all right? You got to see through the political romance that's out here infesting your mind, making you believe that what you're seeing out here is some kind of progress. What you are seeing out here is not progress. It's a transition to Karl Marx worshiping. All you idiots out here are dancing with Mao Zedong, Vladimir Lenin, Stalin, and everybody else who is on the communist bloc. You're dancing with all their corpses right now. That's what you're doing. And, of course, everybody always says, what's the solution? What's the solution? The solution is you idiot! Go out there and participate in your damn government. It's that simple. And participating in your government doesn't just mean going out there and looking for the candidate that has nice teeth, looking for the candidate that, brown noses you so much to the point where you're like, oh, that's a nice guy. That's a guy I want to go out and eat some spaghetti with. You need to actually read up on the issues. You have to be up to date on the current affairs of everything, folks. And you should not be in somehow under a rock somewhere. In this modern day and age of the internet, we've got cell phones that are hooked up to the internet. Go out there and search for your news. Go out there and search for your information. That's the only way that you're going to be able to change the complicated schemes of bureaucratic systems that affect your life, that affect my life, that affect our children's life. You have a responsibility, you ass clown. Don't you understand that this country was made for the people and by the people? But if the people fall asleep at the wheel, what happens? You're seeing what's happening. You're seeing what's happening right now in modern-day America. You're seeing what's happening. And I want to hear from you. If you think that I'm falling off my rocker out here, if you're one of these damn Kool-Aid drinkers that believes that the liberals are doing such a damn great job, if you're one of these idiots that believe that the feminist movement has progressed women in society, then I want you to give me a call, and I want you to provide some substance-filled debate on these topics. 646-652-4869. I just want to re-emphasize what I feel about feminism. Now, for all the folks that have listened in on a consistent basis here in the program, Everyone knows my views on feminism, but folks, the bottom line is feminism is evil. It has made women believe that somehow they are liberated and somehow they are releasing the chains of bondage that put them into so-called prostitution. If you read into the whole so-called ideology and the philosophical approach to this whole feminist crap, this is the justification they give for all this rhetoric. They give the fact that, oh, we've never been in control of our own bodies. Shut your stupid mouth. The bottom line is, folks, is what modern-day feminism has done to modern-day, not only American women, but westernized women, it has turned them into a subliminal prostitute. And I'm going to continue to say that, folks, because if you look at the modern-day pop culture of today, if you look at the modern-day movies of today, if you look at the modern-day so-called TV shows of today, what are the female images that you're receiving as you watch these particular pieces of so-called entertainment? What are you seeing? You're seeing women shaking their money makers. They're out here flaunting, with scantily clad. They're dressed half naked for what purpose? So they can attract a man that is worth all kinds of money, or a group of men that are, make all kinds of money and that'll give them everything. Oh, you want that $400 purse? I'll give it to you because, oh, you look so good, and the feminist movement made me believe that I'm supposed to buy it for you. Folks, this is why the American family is being destroyed. The American family is being destroyed because the whole concept of relationships have been redefined by the feminists and by the liberals. The whole concept of the family has been redefined by the feminists and the liberals. It is no coincidence that single-parent families are the majority of the day, and we have entitlements that not only embrace that, but reward that. We have an entitlement system that rewards those who get divorced and have about 4 or 5, 6 different children from 4 or 5 or 6 different fathers. We have entitlements, that system that embraces, that just throws money at these people like it's going out of style. It's no coincidence, folks. I'm telling you, the liberals and the feminists have hijacked this country. They've hijacked it. It's all there is to it. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, look on the television screen, everywhere. It doesn't matter what programming that you look upon, all right? The so-called family programming. Remember 7 p.m.? Every time that was supposed to be family programming, and you were able to sit down with your children and be able to watch some programming that everyone can enjoy. Now what do you get? You get scantily clad sexual perversion. You got the power of suggestion of homosexuality. You have the idea that it's okay to be randomly violent because it's chic, it's cool. You've got drug use, open drug use, being, glorified on these programs. You've got violence and all kinds of just ridiculous, grotesque, immoral acts being glorified by liberal and feminist Hollywood. And then we wonder why our society has turned upside down. Then we wonder why women are out here thinking it's okay to just go out and philander around when they're in a relationship or a marriage of some sort. I mean, same for the men. I don't want to leave men out of the equation. That's why I say, folks, if we want to sincerely bring back some sort of moral ethos in America, we're going to have to take some drastic measures. And I'm talking really drastic, damn it. Now, I say this. I'll be willing to go ahead and allow these damn fruity-ass fruit bowls, the homosexual community. All right, I'm talking about the muff divers and those who like to, have their noses up a good poop chute or whatever they do. I don't know what they do, but whatever it is, I'll allow gay marriage. I'll accept gay marriage. But you have to outlaw divorce. That's right. You have to outlaw divorce because the sanctity of marriage has been ruined. You've got people that have been in 5 different divorces, 5, 6 different marriages. It's ridiculous. They have trivialized the idea of marriage, folks, and we can't let that happen. Because if we let that happen, you're seeing the consequence of that in this present day. Single-parent families, repeat that in your head. Single-parent families, repeat that in your damn head. Single-parent families are the majority of the day, damn it! They're the damn majority of the day. Why? Why are single-parent families the majority of the day? I will tell you why they are the majority of the day. Because we have allowed the liberal and feminist ideology to not only infest our minds, and it has not only infested the most dumbfounded and most ignorant Americans, it has completely anesthetized the supposed working man, the supposed smart people, the supposed intellectual community out here. And why? Why are intellectuals justifying this blatant abuse of socialistic and communistic power? Why is it? Well, it's no coincidence, folks. What have I always said? The liberals and feminists have hijacked every branch, every single bureaucratic tentacle that rules authority over each and every one of our lives. And that does not leave out the educational system. I'm talking about the public education system, and I'm talking about the university educational system, folks. This is why we have a whole society that's just embracing this ridiculous nonsense of feminism and liberalism being somehow acceptable. And we can't have that, folks. We can't have that crap. And on top of which, if these homosexuals want to get married, not only should we outlaw divorce, so these homosexuals will, be upset that, hey, just because, one homosexual had a longer schlong head and they appreciated it, when they were in the bedroom or whatever the crap might be, they decided to marry this moron, they're going to have to stay with them for the rest of their lives. Same with the bulldykes. These women that decide, liberal Hollywood says it's okay for me to dive on a muff, so I'm going to try it. So they get some bull dyke and, they think it's okay, so they marry him. They should be together for the rest of their lives. I think that these types of supposed impulsive decisions, these morons that go to Las Vegas and say, let's get married. Let's go get married. I think that there should be an outlaw on divorce, and not only that, I think that adultery should be a jailable offense, all right? If we're going to be acknowledging this whole concept of gay marriage, if we're going to be trying to let these feminists and these liberals trying to ruin the sanctity of marriage by allowing gay marriage, well, we got to strike back as conservatives, folks. We got to say, well, you know what? You want to have gay marriage, okay? Why don't we outlaw divorce, all right? Well, why don't you outlaw divorce, and at the bottom line, why don't you make adultery a jailable offense? I could just imagine some fruit bowl, I can just imagine just some fruit bowl cheating, how we would justify that in a court of law if we outlaw adults. I just couldn't stay with one sausage. Shut your stupid mouth. I'm telling you, this is it. I'm not joking, folks. All right, I'll be for gay marriage if you do that. I will be for gay marriage if you outlaw divorce and you make adultery jailable offense. All right, and I'm talking about doesn't matter what persuasion, straight, gay, it doesn't damn matter. Anyway, I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. Once again, folks, we are celebrating the 100th edition of True Conservative Radio, and I wanted to thank all of you for making that possible. All the listeners right here listening live, and of course, the listeners who listen in the archive, I want to thank you very much. please bookmark blogtalkradio.com/ghost and make sure to check back with me. And, of course, folks, I'm on Twitter. That seems to be the new, quote-unquote, little social networking site. It's the good social networking. So go ahead and hook me up on Twitter. That's twitter.com/ghostpolitics. All right? Anyway, folks, we have a little button. This is a little side note on the program. We have a new little button, a new little option here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Not only can you put this broadcast on Twitter, or if you happen to listen to one of my broadcasts in the archive and you happen to like it, you can kind of click and post it on Twitter instantly. But now we have a Facebook little button here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. How convenient. Now you can click a little button and post the True Conservative Radio program on Facebook. Now, if you happen to be listening and you're a Facebook user, I want to strongly urge you not to put True Conservative Radio on Facebook, all right? Those people are pieces of crap. We talked about this crap in February. That Zuckerberg, that idiot that created this whole nonsense of Facebook, this idiot was trying to hold copyrights over people's images, videos, blogs, and all that crap back in the day, and there was a big old ruckus about it. And because we on the Internet, we, the Internet users, finally told Zuckerberg, hey, why don't you back off, you money-hungry freak? All of a sudden, Zuckerberg had to, bow down and say, yeah, we were sorry. We didn't know. We were just joking. So do not put this program on Facebook. I spit on Facebook. Facebook is a piece of crap, all right? Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, and he's a piece of trash, and anybody who happens to know him, you can tell him I said that. Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and go on with the news, folks. I didn't mean to go off on these rants here, but, folks, a lot of the things that are discussed on this program, it needs to be said. Because, folks, if you look at the social landscape of America, it's pretty bad out here. I mean, it looks like a dirty urinal at the state county fair out here. All right? I mean, it's just bad. I mean, if you take a look at the social landscape, it makes you want to throw up nasty chicken grease and corn oil and cream of wheat with 5-day-old cereal and stomach plasma, for heaven's sake. And it'll make you want to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this America? Yes, indeed, folks, it is America. It is the new quasi-socialist communist America, and I want to hear from you. Are you happy with it? I mean, are you walking around thinking this is a great day in America? Well, give me a call and tell me why. 646-652-4869. Unfortunately, we're not getting any callers here. And unfortunately, I get a lot of emails saying, Ghost, I don't want to call the show because you scare me. You scare me. I'm not trying to scare anybody, folks. What I'm trying to do is convey conservative commentary to the point where anyone who's listening in, whether it's live or in the archive, they can hear the conviction. They can hear the passion in my voice. They can hear the fury. They can understand that I mean what I say what I mean. This is what I'm saying here, folks. We need more true conservative people. We need more individuals not only listening to this program, but supporting politicians, supporting individuals, supporting everybody who abides by not only the Constitution, but the American way. I mean, it's not fair, is it? I mean, do you think that this is fair? Do you think it's fair that, we had a education system that has been hijacked by liberals and feminists, and they anesthetize our young children into believing that a certain persuasion of life is reality? It's no coincidence that if you talk to anyone under the age of 25 who happens to be a male, they look like they popped out of the anal passage of Boy George, for heaven's sake. They look fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops. And I hate to keep repeating that, but if you look at the feminine physical attributes of most males under the age of 25, if you notice the feminine vernacular, you notice that, there's a lack of bass in most of these young males' voices out here. There's a reason for that. It's the education system, folks. It's the idea that political correctness dictates all. And political correctness is only a tool used by the liberals to suppress you and your perspective, whether it's in opposition of the mainstream or not. And folks, I believe in America, and I believe in the Constitution, and our forefathers constructed the Constitution to give even the minority in whatever, whether it's a political or racial or anything. Well, maybe not racial back when they intended, but it eventually became any idea that we were going to be created equal and we were accorded unalienable rights, all right? And how do I know that this system works? And how do I know this? Well, folks, once again, I hate to keep repeating old things that I've said, folks, but this is just like a reanalyzation of what I've always said. What is the historical precedent that proves to us that this, all right, that this America actually works for the people? The historical precedent that shows that if the people get behind an issue, the people get behind a certain political philosophy, if the people get behind anything as a whole, as a mass, as a majority out here, the government will crack, all right? And what historical precedent shows that? The Civil Rights Act, folks. The Civil Rights Act was signed into law by a historical racist, Lyndon Baines Johnson. LBJ, one of the most historical racists in history. And he signed into law the Civil Rights Act basically in an attempt to erase a racist historical past in American history. And it was because the American people got behind the fact that no one should be labeled a second-class citizen. No one should be labeled some sort of subhuman or anything of that nature. No one should be directed to go to an alternate water fountain or an alternate bathroom. No one. And the government cracked, folks. So this is why I'm telling you, if you want to change this, if you believe that, hey, we want to go back to the old America where you could be born into nothing and make yourself something, well then, folks, join me and join other true conservatives and other true American patriots in preserving not only the integrity of the Constitution, but the integrity of America. Go out there and call your congressmen and tell them about these issues. Go ahead and spread the link, blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? Spread the link like wildfire to everybody you know. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you out here. I know that there's a lot of people who like to be critical of yours truly. I know there's a lot of people who like to spread slanderous lies, who like to throw personal attacks, who like to email me death threats and all kinds of nonsense, but you can just continue to bring it on. Because I know that I'm getting through. I know that I'm penetrating that ridiculous force field of liberalism and feminism. Because, folks, liberalism and feminism is definitely political romance. Why do you think so many people bought it? It's emotional in nature. It doesn't provide any kind of substance. It doesn't provide any type of solution. The whole concept, all right? The whole concept of liberalism and feminism is based on the idea that they are going to assert their persuasion of the way society should be. Instead of allowing the people to dictate in their own locality, in their own local arenas, in their own state governments, no, they feel that the superior big brother authority is going to lay the federal law on the states and say, this is the way everyone should live. This is the way everyone should think. This is what everyone should be taught. And by God, that is not what America was meant to be. And folks, that's why I urge you as American citizens, as American people, and if you want to be considered an American patriot, go out there and participate in your government. Stop tickling your ass crack watching old episodes of the Golden Girls, sipping on Ovaltine or whatever your dumbasses are doing. Go out there and participate in this government, damn it. We need you, folks. We need you, damn it. Anyway, 646-652-4869. We got a caller here from the 908 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, Ghost. How's it going?
Not bad. How's it going?
Good, man. Listen, I just wanted to get your opinion. You know, I've been listening to your show. I really like the passion, the way you speak. I mean, you know, people might not agree with everything that you say, but, you know, at least you say it with some conviction. So I just want to say I respect that first.
Thank you very much.
But first, I just want to get your opinion on what do you think about the current leadership of the Republican Party right now? A lot of the news media is saying that pretty much Rush Limbaugh is the de facto leader of the party. I would like to get your thoughts on that, and you know, who do you think actually will be leading this party for the next couple of years?
Well, I want to thank you for your call, but I think that the leadership of the Republican Party is null and void. There is no Republican leadership. I told you long ago, 2 years ago, I called this crap that the Republican Party was going to be in shambles. The reason is because they abandoned their true conservative principles. Now, those that are trying to attempt to put, you know, conservative talk hosts or whatever personality as the supposed de facto authority over the Republican Party, it's just not going to happen, folks. Unfortunately, the Republicans are in shambles. You got Michael Steele, who's the supposed RNC chairman, who's basically trying to closely or subtly, it wasn't that subtle because everybody got pissed off at the poor bald bastard, but he tried to subtly throw the Republican Party more in a liberal and feminist direction. You can tell by all the interviews that he gave. You can tell by the speeches that he's been given. He wants to take the Republican Party in a new liberal direction, and I've been saying that they've been doing this for the past several years already, folks. And the bottom line is that that there is no authority, here in the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, the Republican Party might as well merge with the Democratic Party because they're one and the same. It's the same crap, different plate, folks. All right, it really doesn't matter. I mean, here we got Barack Obama, and what is he doing? Is he doing what these supposed liberal long hairs and these tree huggers and these go green ass clowns, are they doing what Obama said that he was going to do? Is he somehow ridden the problem of the economic crisis? Is he paying off everybody's mortgage? Is he providing a Cadillac for every driveway? Is he out there? I mean, he's not doing any of these things, folks. I mean, frankly, I think it's rather irresponsible of the man to go out on a European tour when we're out here suffering economic turbulence. This is a serious situation, folks. And what is the remedy? Well, Obama not only allowed a whole bunch of cronies and everybody who donated to not only his campaign but other campaigns within the liberal establishment, they allowed these people to openly raid the American tax-paying system. Everybody and their brother got a bailout. We even had a bailout for the pornography industry. So if you happen to be one of these hard-working Americans that have a lot of taxes taken out of your paycheck, well, a lot of that went to the pornographic industry. So hallelujah, huh? Welcome to the new socialist and liberal and feminist and pussified America. I can't believe it. Anyway, folks, not only do they want a remedy by having an open season on the American tax-paying system, but they want to give the federal government more authority in the private industry of business. All right, now I understand that a lot of the situation that happened within the financial industry had to do with the deregulation of the financial institutions, but we have to remember who was in power. All right, who signed it into law? It was old Slick Willie Clinton. All right, remember that. All right, 98 was when we deregulated the banking industry, and lo and behold, we had all this malarkey where all you had to do was, have a $20,000 a year income, and lo and behold, you can go ahead and finance yourself a $250,000 a year, $1,000 home. Excuse me. Anyway, we're in the second hour of True Conservative Radio. I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and once again, I want to thank everyone who's tuning in live with me. If you want to chime in on the program, please give me a call at 646-652-4869. We're celebrating the 100th show, folks, the 100th edition of the True Conservative Radio Show. And once again, I want to thank everybody who tunes in with me, whether live or in the archive, folks. But once again, I just want to reemphasize the reason why I even started this program. The reason I started this program was in hopes of providing commentary to those folks that are kind of disenchanted and don't know what direction to go in this whole concept of political malarkey that we've come to know of as our government. That they don't know which side to go. Folks, it doesn't matter which side to go. Democrats, Republicans, it's the same crap, different plate. Don't you understand that the multinational corporations fund both of these morons? All right, I mean, it's no coincidence that, no matter who you put in office, these multinational corporations were still able to manipulate the legislative system to send the means of production outside of the United States into China, South America, Thailand, and all the other countries that these goods that we consume, like lab rats running the food pellets. All right, don't you understand that, folks? We don't consume anything anymore. This is a service industry-based economy. The American dollar is worth diddly, all right? It's worth diddly in America. It's worth absolute crap because of all the devaluing of the American dollar, folks. We have China during the G20 summit calling for a worldwide universal currency. That's a slap in the mouth to America. So anyway, folks, I want to hear from you. We're in the second hour of True Conservative Radio. I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. Now, let me tell you something, folks. I'm getting a little winded here. I'm definitely getting a little tired. So, there's this whole new industry. The herbal industry. For all you ass clowns that are out here taking anything that says herbal on it, the herb industry is not regulated, for all you ass clowns that don't know. So all anybody has to do is put natural or herbal or anything on anything, and it doesn't have to be evaluated by the FDA. That's why all these idiot infomercials and commercials about all these stupid wonder drugs, these damn snake oils, are out here being pumped and advertised in your face, and, you morons actually believe it. You out there and you buy it, and, it doesn't do a damn thing. But there is a big industry in the, energy market, because we are on the go, folks. We all have jobs. We all have families. We all have to, kind of intertwine all this into one full day. It doesn't seem like sometimes we have enough hours in the day. So, lo and behold, you've got a whole energy industry. Now, what I have here is a whole bunch of energy pills here. Now, it says that I'm supposed to only take about, 2 of these damn things or something of that nature, but I'm feeling a little pooped, and I definitely want to talk to the people that are listening in here to the program. So we're going to take a little more than that. We're going to take maybe about 7 or 8 of them. And once I take these here, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the future of the world. We're going to discuss, the implications on American folks, what the future holds for American people, what people should be doing to prepare themselves for anything. I'm not saying that anything particular is happening or could happen, but folks, look at the landscape out here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me take let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7, 8 pills here. All right. So, folks, I'm going to take about 7 of these damn energy pills, and we're going to see what's going on here. You're listening to True Conservative Radio. I'm your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Now, folks, I don't mean to be leaving this much dead air here, but I'm going to take these, these 8 little energy pills. It says I'm only supposed to take 2 of them. I'm going to take about 7 or 8 of them. I got 8 of them here. So cheers, folks. Oh, God. Tastes like dog crap. I don't have nothing to drink, for Christ's sake. Well, here we go. Anyway, folks, sorry about that. I just took some energy pills, 7 energy pills. I didn't have anything to drink. I found an old beverage that I had, was consuming about, 5 hours ago, so I consumed it down with one of these beers. And folks, the thing about these beers here is that I'm trying to get into these beers that are, because I'm a connoisseur of not only beers. I like a little bit of wine. I know that liberals love wine and that sort of thing, but I like liquors and that sort of thing. So, that's all there is to it. So here even though this damn beer is hotter than the damn Kentucky Fried Chicken piss, I'm gonna try to keep drinking it. So, anyway, folks, we're gonna go back to the program and we're gonna go back to the subject matter at hand. Here, let me take a couple more of these. I feel a little energized. Right off the bat, I feel a little energized. Let me go ahead and take a couple more of these things. Hold on just one sec. All right. How many more of these should I take? You know what I mean? Can these hurt you? It's supposed to be good for you. I mean, I don't ever take these I don't take these at all, to be honest with you. The only reason I bought these in the damn corner store, because I knew that I was doing these, I was going to do this program, and of course I got to be up early in the morning here, so here we go. Here, let me go ahead and take about 5 more here. All right, hold on, folks. All right, folks. Man, it tastes like dog crap. Ugh. Woo! Wow. Man, those things aren't kidding, huh? Woo! I'm telling you, boy, hey, let me tell you something, folks. Now, I'm not advocating any of these damn energy drinks or these damn energy pills or any of that 6, 5, 12-hour crap. But let me tell you something. I just knocked back about, close to 11 or 12 of these damn pills, and instantaneously, I feel energized, for heaven's sake. And not only do I feel energized, I feel hype. I feel optimism about the conservative movement. Because the damn conservative movement will rise again. Because I'm a conservative, damn it. That's right, I'm a conservative! And don't you all forget it! That's right, folks. Let me tell you something. The reason I continue to conduct these broadcasts is because I care about America. I care about our children, for Christ's sake. And let me tell you something, folks. Every time that I say something on here, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And I hope you all understand that. I want to hear from you, damn it. 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you. Give me a call right now. Woo! Anyway, folks. Excuse me, I'm sweating here. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and refresh the news and see what's going on here. We're celebrating the 100th edition of True Conservative Radio. But one thing I wanted to get back on is the feminist notion, folks. How do everyday Americans combat feminism? How do they combat feminism? How do they stop this feminist notion from becoming prevalent? You know, asserting itself on all of us. How do we stop this crap? Well, it's very simple, folks. How you stop this is by not palading it, folks. I mean, if you see a single mother, spit on her, all right? With all due respect, I know that people are going to be like, oh, my God, it's so cruel. Why would you say it? Hey, let me tell you something, folks. We had a social environment that had moral ethos back when I was a child. When I was a child, you were shunned if you had a child out of wedlock. You were outcasted if you had a divorce, for heaven's sake. And now it's the social norm, for heaven's sake. It's the social norm. So what are we going to do about that, folks? Don't you understand that we need you to combat this crap? There's a lot of things we need to do. If Obama is going to be the puppet for whoever's controlling his interests, and remember, folks, he had a great, it surpassed Bush's campaign fundraising record. He had a tremendous war chest of campaign resources. Where did it all come from? Of course, the individuals that stockpile that political capital, so to speak. They have to be paid back, folks, and they are being paid back. The idiots that got the bailouts, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, it's already come to light that Obama was one of the highest paid, politicians in their lobbyist pocket out there at AIG. Of course, the largest campaign receiver of AIG funds, well, none other than Chris Dodd, the idiot that, wrote this so-called little side note in the bill to allow these AIG ass clowns to have these big bonuses. This is no coincidence, folks. This is all real. All right, this is why our country is so screwed up, for heaven's sake. Hold on just a second. Let me get another one of these damn energy pills. There's a whole bunch of them. You got a big bottle full here. But this is why our country is being flushed down the damn proverbial toilet, folks. This is it. We can't allow this to happen here. Take about one more. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I think we got a couple of callers here. Patriot Greg, you're on the air. You're on the air.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I'm calling from New Jersey, and I just wanted to bring my opinion about the feminist movement, and I believe it's we have to look at the bigger picture. I believe that part of the New World Order was to bring up the women's at a higher level with the intent of pushing men down and render man less offensive, less effective, so that it would be easier for the New World Order movement to penetrate into our society and corrode the basic fabric of our society, the family, the relationship between the husband and wife, the relationship between parents and children. What do you say? What do you say about it?
Well, you know what there, Patriot Greg, I want to thank you for calling in. I agree that these ideas of feminism, these ideas of liberalism have somehow changed the ideology of America, but I don't understand where you're coming from with this New World Order malarkey, with all due respect there, Patriot Greg. Now, I know that we are living in turbulent times, and there is a specter, definitely a specter looming over America that is communist and socialist in nature. I understand this, folks, but I want to reassure all these Alex Jones followers, all these people that read and believe in reptilians and the New World Order and, for all this crap. I mean, please, let's just shove that in the conspiracy theory box and just, leave that for another show. Now, do I agree that there's a specter over America that's communist and feminist in nature? Absolutely. Do I agree that it's deconstructing the American family? Of course. Do I agree that they're socially engineering the family to be single parents as the majority? Of course. Do I agree that they're embracing 10-year-olds having children and 8-year-olds being scantily clad? Of course I understand this crap. But it's not New World Order. It's a battle of ideas. This is communism. This is socialism. This is not America. Not America whatsoever. So, once again, and I want to thank you anyway, Patriot Greg. I'm not trying to discredit you as an individual. I know that you're like every other person out there trying to figure out, what do I do to try to help this country, to try to help my community? And you've got these long-winded blowhards like Alex Jones who manufacture a new movie every damn month, or manufacture a new book every now and then, or has himself a nationally syndicated broadcast on one of the multinational corporations that he claims to hate so much. I mean, you've got this blatant hypocrite, in my opinion, sitting here basically feeding off of the dumbed-down minds of America, giving fervor to these ridiculous notions that reptilians are controlling the planet, or something as ridiculous as that. Folks, this is reality here, okay? This is reality here. This is not some, ridiculous notion that, the New World Order, reptilians, Alex Jones is my God and I want him to be my dictator. It's crap, folks. Do you understand that? There is no such thing as a damn New World Order, you morons. And let me tell you something. Even if there was a so-called New World Order consortium, everybody in America seems to be bowing down to it. They're crying for it. They're begging for this crap. They're begging for the Constitution to be ripped away and be used as toilet paper. They're waiting for oral copulation between two men to happen across the street from an elementary school. They're waiting for abortions to happen right after prom night. They're waiting for this crap, damn it. They're waiting for pedophiles to only get probation. They're waiting for this crap. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach that you American people aren't doing a damn thing about it. You're just sitting there and allowing this crap to happen. You're allowing it, you piece of crap. You're allowing this crap to fucking happen, you piece of crap. You're allowing it to happen. Go out there and participate in your damn government, damn it. Stop sitting on your damn thumbs. Take the damn chicken grease thumb out of your ass and put it in your mouth, because that's the dirty taste you're going to have when all this communist crap, when all this Karl Marx worshiping crap falls down upon your head, you stupid imbecile. And I'm serious, folks. I'm serious about this crap. We can't keep pity-patting over garbage. We need to start talking about America. We need to start talking about things. We need to start talking about things that affect you and I, for heaven's sake. I better calm down, folks. My damn heart is beating like a damn racehorse. And let me tell you something, folks, but my energy level is not going down. Let me tell you something, I can continue on. Let me tell you something, I can continue speaking. I could continue screaming about how feminism and liberalism have ruined America. I could continue screaming about how this country is being flushed down the toilet, and American people are begging for it. They're crying for it. They love it, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. And let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something right now. I will not stop. These damn liberals and these feminists, they can sit here and try and continue to attempt to try to take me off the air. They can continue to attempt to give me all these death threats. They can continue to prank call my show, but the last thing that they'll give you, the last damn thing that they'll give you is substance. That's the last damn thing that they'll give you is damn substance, folks. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. We got Patriot Greg calling back. What do you got to say, Greg?
Well, for some reason, I was cut off, and I just wanted to finish what I started. I just wanted to say that I was born and raised in a communist country. I spent my first 18 years under a communist regime, and I have lived the communist system, and I have the scars to show them. And that's one of the reasons today I am a conservative, I am an American, I'm a Christian, and that is why I am trying to do everything in my power to stop this socialist, communist, fascist agenda that Barack Obama is trying to push upon America. And another point was that this trip that Barack Obama went into Europe and in Turkey and basically in Europe was to surrender the sovereignty of America to the will and the power of the European community, and that's why I was saying that basically Obama is allowing foreign powers, foreign economic and financial powers to interfere, to take over the financial system of the United States, to subdue the economy of the United States, and as a result to subdue the will of the people of America, with the purpose of including America within this global economy, global agenda that they are pushing upon us. And then please don't just calm down. Okay, let's try to have a constructive discussion here.
Well, thank you very much, Patriot Greg, and once again, I want to thank you for your comments. And if you happen to have, and it's a really tragic story what you said, but we really are happy to have you as an American citizen, being so patriotic as you are. But what I'm saying is that this New World Order concept is not real, all right? And even if it was real, the will of the people are allowing it. So in this modern day and age, if the will of the people are allowing this malarkey, then what are we left to do? All we can do is as conservative Americans is try to win back the conscience of everyone, one conscience at a time. We must highlight the contradictions of liberalism and feminism. We must highlight the contradictions that are being used by this present-day administration. That's all there is to it. I mean, 646-652-4869. I mean, Patriot Greg, says that, he's not welcome here. I'm not saying you're not welcome here, Greg. I'm just saying you're on a, little situation where you click to talk here, and you can hear my voice in the background if I was to have some sort of discourse with you. So, technically you couldn't necessarily have a conversation with me because of the whole technical aspect of click to talk. I don't even want to get into that. It's a blog talk radio issue, and it's unfortunate. But the bottom line is, folks, is that the agenda of the liberals and the feminists are being implemented in modern-day America. You want to talk about the G20 summit. We talked about a couple of days ago how old damn Europe was telling Barack Obama, hey, settle down on the socialism, son. Settle down on the damn communism, for heaven's sake. And Obama, what did he do? Well, we came to some agreements, and, we came to somewhat of a compromised version of Karl Marx worshiping. And that's what happened, folks. And I just want somebody, anybody, who happened to, abide by this Karl Marx malarkey to give me a call. For all those idiots that worship this malarkey that Obama was going to be the great savior, I want you to give me a damn call, you stupid milky liquor. I want you to give me a call, 646-652-4869. Anyway, we got another caller here, 000, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, how are you?
How's it going?
That's going all right.
All right, well, what's your comment this evening?
Are we going to have a conversation, or are you just going to put me on mute?
Well, what's the problem? What do you have? You have a problem with the program? Do you have a problem with the commentary? Let's hear it.
No, I don't necessarily have a problem with the program. I mean, this is America. You have a right to free speech, so I have no problem with that.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're just going to be quiet on the phone? What are you doing here?
No, just would you care to have a conversation, or again, are you going to just mute me when I say something that you don't like, or?
Well, go ahead. You got the forum. Go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm all ears. I'm anxious.
Okay. You were speaking earlier in regards to some of the financial problems that you put on the Clinton administration, but you failed to recognize or even acknowledge the era that Reagan presided over, which was the junk bond era. How do you explain that?
What are we playing? Cafeteria history?
Okay.
Is that what we're playing here? Cafeteria history?
You're just going to name call?
I'm not name calling. This is exactly what this is. This is a method of agitation used by the left to try to give fervor to their unsubstance-filled rhetoric.
No, it's a matter of history and fact. So explain the junk bond era.
What do you want? What about it? What's the point?
Well, you talked about how the Clinton administration was guilty of the current financial situation that we're experiencing, where they gave Americans an opportunity to buy homes for the first time. You talked rather unqualified, as a matter of fact, about how people with $20,000 or less were able to buy $250,000 houses. I don't know if that's absolutely true or not, but even if it was, even if the government said, hey, we want you to give the people, an opportunity to buy homes, isn't it up to the people who lend the money to be responsible about doing that?
Absolutely not. It's up to the morons that are taking the risk of investing in an asset like a home. Look, I mean,
okay, so hang on.
Well, hey, I was right in the midst of trying to explain here.
You just explained the whole AIG premise by saying that absolutely not. They had no responsibility, to make sure that these people were qualified to pay those loans. What are you talking about?
Hey, look, under the confines of the law, they had no responsibility at the time. I mean, they were trying to get more people in homes, and more people wanted to be in those homes. They wanted to finance $250,000 houses on $25,000 a year incomes. The ability to do that was available at the time, and people got in over their heads. What, now they want a handout? Is that what you're telling me?
But the problem is that the homes were overvalued in the first place. And the people that were responsible for that were the people that handed out the loans in the first place.
Supply and demand, buddy.
Hang on a second, Ghost. If I'm going to loan you $50 and you say, well, I can pay back that $50, and in fact, I'll guarantee you that, what I'm going to spend this money on is worth $50, I'm going to investigate whether or not it is. If you go out and spend $50 on a 25-cent piece of candy, then I didn't do my research, and I'm guilty of handing out, money on a bad loan.
That is the most ridiculous analyzation I've ever heard in my life, sir, with all due respect.
I'm trying to simplify it for your audience just so that they can understand, because I know they don't understand the complex.
No, there's nothing to understand. There's nothing to understand. People got in over their heads. They tried to keep up with the Joneses. They tried to go out and, be Mr. Bling Bling. They went out here and financed everything on a $25,000 a year income. And now that they don't have a job anymore because they didn't have any skills to begin with to, suffice their extravagant lifestyle, now all of a sudden they're looking to Obama to, bail them out from everything from their mortgage to their damn Cadillac payments. Give me a damn break.
Hey, listen, I don't disagree that there's a lot of this legislation that's going through to pay off a lot of incredibly bad credit card debt, but let's talk about the president that presided over the assumption of that debt a little bit, okay? That was the Bush administration that did that, so.
Okay, so we're playing, once again, let's blame Bush, let's blame Reagan. I mean, come on now. I mean, what do you want to do? Do we want to talk about, there's blame to go around all over the place. Right now.
Both of those presidents that you just mentioned presided over the largest deficit spending campaigns ever in United States history, starting with Reagan and finishing with Bush. Okay.
Yeah, well, what you don't understand is that Ronald Reagan brought down the evil empire. Now, Ronald Reagan was the man who brought down and basically contradicted the whole concept of communism and made Soviet Union bow down to America. And when Clinton came into office, Clinton basically cut back on all the spending for military and the spending for military expansion to assert America as the superior superpower in the international community. He decided to cut that. He decided to implement all these ridiculous taxes and all this ridiculous moronic buffoonery that ended up what did it end up doing for America in the end anyway? It ended up getting us attacked on 9/11.
Okay, the way that Reagan brought down communism, though, was basically he bankrupted them. He was able to spend more money than they were capable of doing. Their economy failed before ours did. That's all that Reagan did. That's it. And now our economy is paying the price for it.
Our economy is paying the price at this point in time because not only do we have a society that doesn't want to take credit for its bad investment deeds, but we also have a society that was more worried about keeping up with the Joneses than realizing what was going on right underneath their noses. They didn't realize that these power-hungry autocrats, whether Republican or Democrat, were out here selling them out. They sent the means of production outside of the United States. They allowed, the multinationals to basically dictate the economy from afar, and lo and behold, we're a service industry-based economy. We've degraded the integrity of the American dollar, and there's no work to go around in this country. So lo and behold, we're in a turbulent situation. It has nothing to do with, the housing market. It's just a whole combination of issues here. And a lot of it has to do with the American public, and the American public has to take individual responsibility for this crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you too much on that one. I think that a lot of people got greedy in the 80s, and with the advent of the Internet, I think that we have become a service economy. You're absolutely right on that point, Ghost. I will not debate that with you at all. You're absolutely right. We're not producing enough products anymore.
Well,
so there's no argument with me there.
Well, once again, and that proves and that goes and underscores the point that we can't allow, a group of people to be justified in, making a whole bunch of bad investments, basically writing checks they literally couldn't cash. We can't allow justification in that by saying, oh, the banks should have known better. We can't do that. We start doing that. We jeopardize the integrity of contract judicial law. And it's contract judicial law that gives credence to the idea that somebody can create something, somebody can invent something, and actually profit off that without anybody else ripping it off and calling it their own.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I follow what you just said there, but let's discuss this. The first bailout began with the Bush administration. I mean, a lot of people were giving Obama a lot of grief about the fact that he's continuing this process to try and re-stimulate the economy. But I mean, it did start with the Bush administration, and some people are saying lay off of Bush and yada yada yada, whatever. Okay, but I mean, honestly, it started there. Obama has inherited a bad situation, whether or not you want to support him or not.
I would love to support him. I just don't.
For the next 4 years, so let's try to work together.
I want to support him, but the man is blatantly slapping quasi-socialist, communist ideology in our faces. And not only is it, quasi-socialist and communist in nature, but it's in a different fashion. You've got an open rate on the American tax-paying system with the peanuts going to the poor so they can go out and, spend their entitlements on their, whatever in the hell they spend it on so they can go out there and win another election. They're out here, they're going to guarantee amnesty to the 60 million illegal immigrants that are in this country so they can win more elections. I think it's a very tragic time in American history, and I know you want me to support our president, and I attempt to, but look at the actions that he's put forth. They're completely un-American. They're completely anti-Americanism. I mean, he's out here in Europe bowing down to Islam. He's bowing down to the European powers. He's got China slapping him in the face by saying that they want a world currency. I mean, a world currency? The United States American dollar was the world currency, and the reason that they're saying that is because they own the majority of our debt, and lo and behold, Barack Obama is nullifying the integrity of our currency by just throwing money out and printing it out like it's no big deal. I mean, so there's a whole bunch of different facts. Go ahead.
I listen. The policy of printing money when there's nothing to back it up has been long established. That's about 30 years old at least. So let's not blame that whole thing on him. Secondly, you raised some very good points in regards to this whole world economy and yeah, I mean, he can go to different countries and he can listen to the proposals they have. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to come back and shove a world dollar, whatever, down our throats. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's a bit extreme. Well, I think a reasonable person would agree with that, don't you? I mean, honestly.
Well, I mean, let me tell you this. It was 2 years ago when the American dollar had lost so much as far as value on the marketplace that there were high-end retail stores. I don't know if they're still doing this, but there were high-end retail stores in the so-called suave districts of New York that were only exclusively accepting Euro dollars as opposed to American dollars. As a matter of fact, Jay-Z, the infamous gangster rapper, for a period of time was only accepting Euro dollars as his means of being paid for any type of engagements or contractual agreements. So I think that there's some credence in the fact that people are not looking to the American dollar as what people used to look at it as.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt that people don't respect the American dollar the way it used to, and certainly, listen, Ghost, we got off a little bit on the wrong foot here. There's a lot of stuff that I agree with you on. There's just a few nitpicky kind of things that I disagree with you on. Certainly, this problem in Mexico is huge. the immigration problems that we have in this country right now, amnesty is out of the question. Listen, there's a reason we call people illegal aliens. It's because you're here illegally. And the last time I checked, that means you're breaking the law. And if you're breaking the law, you either, go to jail or you get shipped back to the country that you came from. So that, I would say we probably both agree, right?
I completely agree, but we have an administration in office that, and I've already made this call. They're already talking about it here. They talked about it this past Sunday on the morning political talk shows, entertaining the notion of amnesty. And I guarantee you, Barack Obama, or at least the liberal administration, is going to initiate a bill of amnesty, and I think it's going to be completely inappropriate for America, not only on an economic front, but on a political front. Because at some point, the Americans that actually have ancestry in the foundations of this country are going to be a minority. And the new majority are going to be those that were able to get themselves smuggled into this country illegally and go to a sanctuary city, one of these liberal sanctuary cities that provide them safe haven to work and live. And these illegals are even collecting in entitlements. They're collecting medical care. Their kids are receiving free education on our dime when they pay no taxes and degrade the integrity of labor.
Let me ask you about that real quick, because there's a couple points there that I don't understand. Number one is the sanctuary cities. I heard you mention this the other night. Explain that to me a little bit in deeper.
Well, remember,
context,
not every local community is going to embrace illegal immigrants, openly, so to speak. There's not going to be communities that are going to allow illegal immigrants just walking the streets. But you see that you have liberal cities, preferably a lot of them in the West Coast and in some of the border town regions, that show sympathy to these illegal immigrants as if they just want a piece of the pie, quote unquote. And
that's kind of a matter of historical fact, though. I mean, California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, that was Mexico at one point. So I think that's where the sympathy comes from.
Well, it can continue to come from there, but it should not be there. I mean, they should not, and these are officials that have been elected in the bureaucratic system of our government that are using their authority to provide sanctuary for these illegal immigrants to work, to house themselves, to walk freely, to go to grocery store, the whole 9 yards when they pay no taxes. They degrade the integrity of labor. They degrade the cost of labor because these folks are paid below minimum wage, but they can still live on it because they don't pay any taxes. And they're already collecting entitlements anyway, and they're going to continue to do so if these sanctuary cities continue to allow these illegal immigrants to roam the streets freely. Now, a simple solution to this is just to cut federal funding to sanctuary cities so the city can't run itself anymore. And when the city can't run itself and the people, are starting to realize that cops and trash and other government-style duties are no longer, being done any longer, they can blame the illegal immigrant for that.
Okay. And
the liberal administration that's allowing them sanctuary.
The other point that I'm not really clear on also is, you keep talking about how illegals are taking jobs away from us. It's very true, okay? But these are certainly lesser jobs that a good or at least a portion of the population doesn't want to do. I mean, how many Americans really want to go out and work $8 an hour or less to do landscaping duties or, whatever jobs, work at McDonald's that these folks are filling?
You'd be surprised in this day and age, sir. I mean, you've got people being laid off $650,000 a month. And these are not just menial laborers that are being laid off. These are skilled people. These are white-collar jobs. You got 10% of the lawyers in America that are being laid off at major firms. You've got, newspapers falling like fireflies out here. I mean, it's pretty disgusting, the amount of white-collar labor.
The newspapers falling like flies are a separate issue. The newspapers are dying off because the Internet has taken over.
Either way,
sir,
either way, there's a whole sector of individuals that accumulated a whole group of debts, going to college to be some journalist. And now that, newspapers are falling down, how those people how are they going to pay their debts to the college loan? How are they going to be able to maintain sustenance in the supposed college area of their choosing there? They're not going to be able to do it.
Well,
so
I mean,
where are the journalists?
If what you're saying is true, though, then let them go work at McDonald's until they pay off their loan. I mean, I'm sorry that they picked a dying industry to go into.
I agree, and I'm not debating that. My point is that you've got people out here that are illegal immigrants that are degrading the labor for anybody to even go out to a McDonald's or go out to get a landscaping job or a construction job to suffice their income, to suffice their debts. These people are ruining that for each and every one of us. They're not just taking jobs that, quote-unquote, no American wants. Any American that's unemployed that has a family will take any job right now, sir. Any job. Yeah. Hello? Well, anyway, we got disconnected. Let me tell you something, folks. The bottom line is that, we can go on and on about certain issues. Oh, what about this? What about that? What about now? What about what's going on around us here? All right, the bottom line is that illegal immigrants are that, illegal. And don't try to justify it by saying that, oh, well, they want the jobs that nobody else wants. Malarkey. Absolute crap. Why don't you tell that to the families that are begging for any type of work out here? Won't you tell that to the 650,000 people that are in the same service industry-oriented economy looking for work, and they're trying to look for work amidst a whole bunch of illegal immigrants degrading the cost of labor? Why don't you go tell that to them? Anyway, 111, you're on the air.
Yes, long live Ghost. You're the best. Whatever you say is the truth. I'm an investigative journalist, and I have come to the same conclusion as you are. And these people are anti-American who are talking to you. They don't love this country, because if they love this country, they would not even debate with you, take your time for bunch of BS questions and etc. Yes, if Obama gives 60 million illegal aliens citizenship, there will be mass riots in this country. There will be Civil War II coming in this country. I mean, if it happens, I mean,
Reza, unfortunately, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and I've already made the prediction that it's probably going to happen by this summer.
Exactly. That's when the stock is going to be 4,000-5,000 range, and then everybody out of jobs, and then basically people now have a lot of free time. Then they're going to go to the streets. It's become like London. It will be worse than 10 times worse than London. And I mean, they will not scare from nobody, because everybody has their own things, so nobody cares anymore. Death or only independence. That's not that's the prerequisite for this revolution that is coming, and there is not prevention. It's like
so you actually believe that there is a revolution. I don't want a revolution. I mean, I want the people to participate in their government. Stop just sitting on their asses and watching the television and watching Hollywood and having liberal and feminist Hollywood construct and design their minds on what they feel that reality should be, anesthetizing our children with all this sexual deviant activity and all this malarkey. I don't want that to happen. I just want the people to get up and go out and participate in this government and take it out one local community at a time. Are you suggesting that there's going to be uprising and revolution and that sort of thing?
That's the last option. Yes, that's the last option. But this son of a gun, they are not going to listen to us. They are not even account us. They are not even give a damn about us. And they are making this country as a third world country, and we are sick and tired of it. And then, for the last resort, yes, that scenario will come to the place, and then it will be many fractions will be fighting, and from north to the south, east to the west. I mean, people right now, where you go, any arms place that you go to buy guns, etc., is empty, and empty of guns, empty of bullets, etc. Why? Because this never happened in the history of United States before. I mean, now it's happened. So why it happened? Can you tell me, please?
Well, I can tell you why it happened is because the American people allowed it to happen. The American people got intellectually lazy. They were more worried about, indulging in their own decadence and their own materialism than worrying about America, worrying about the American people, preserving the Constitution. They were more worried about going out and fulfilling their indulgent, gluttonous ways. I mean, we see it every day in liberal Hollywood. I mean, with all these disgusting, filthy movies that are trying to suggest to us that certain sexual deviant activity is supposed to be socially acceptable, that teen pregnancy is supposed to be normal, that single-parent families should be the majority of the day. This is what liberal Hollywood and the boob tube and the mainstream media are trying to feed our population. This is why this has happened, Riza, because the American people have been hypnotized by images and sounds and music and all this other malarkey, and they're more worried about keeping up with their so-called image and their vanity and their gluttony and their decadence than they are worried about preserving their liberty or preserving the Constitution. That's why.
But I think we have first to try the Gandhi style to take our country back. And then if this son of a bitches, they don't listen to us anymore, and then we will go to, crazy then. Then we will go to Civil War II, which will happen. As a result, people are hungry, and people are need food. We have become third world country, and etc. As I told you, I mean, the other guy, he was just pulling your leg. Shame on him, and long live Ghost, and listen to the Ghost. Ghost is number one, and we love you, man. Keep up the good job, and God bless you, man.
Well, thank you very much for calling, and thank you for your words of encouragement. We really appreciate it. We got about 8 minutes left here in the program, folks, on the 100th episode of True Conservative Radio, and I want to leave this episode with this, folks. All right, no matter how many times I broadcast each month, no matter how long the broadcast entails, no matter what the subject matter of those broadcasts are, I will continue to provide conservative commentary. I will continue to be here on the internet causing controversy. I will continue to be an unapologetic anti-feminist and unapologetic anti-liberal because I'm a conservative, damn it! I'm a conservative! And I will continue to be one until the day my last breath is breath on this earth. Folks, this is not a joke. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and you should start doing it too. You should start practicing it too, folks. Everyone calls up on here and says, hey, Ghost, New World Order. Hey, Ghost, Revolution. Hey, Ghost, this. Hey, Ghost, that. You want to know why people are thinking like this? You want to know why people are entertaining these ideas? Because we haven't gone through the crap we're going through right now in American history. This is a very precarious time, folks. I don't know what the future holds. Do you? Do you have any idea what the future holds here in America? Folks, with all due respect, We need to stop our decadence, our gluttony, our vanity, our materialism. And we need to start understanding that we need to preserve our liberty. We need to preserve our Constitution. We need to preserve the integrity of America. And the only way we can do that is if you participate in this government. Call that damn congressman. Call that damn senator. Write the president. Go out there and participate in your local government. Go out there and participate in your state government. Make sure that all these power-hungry autocrats know your name. Make sure they know who you are. And if you don't want to participate in the political process in that fashion, go out there and organize. Go out there and organize, damn it. Take the biggest philosophical political issue. Take whatever issue that really irks you, that drives you, that motivates you as a political active person, and go out there and look for a group that believes in the same thing. And if you can't find one, well, by God, go make a group that believes in that particular issue and organize. Organize, damn it. And threaten these damn politicians and say, hey, if you don't abide by your constituency, if you don't abide by the American people, well then, by God, we're going to unelect your power-hungry, autocrat-ridden asses. Do you understand that? All of you politicians, we're putting you on notice. We're putting you on notice. If you sell us out, if you're out here continuing to sell us out, we're going to unelect your asses. We're going to unelect you, you piece of crap. We're going to unelect your asses because this was a country made for the people and by the people. And we're going to unelect your ass. Anyway, folks, I better calm down. I better calm down. We got a little over 3 minutes left in the program. I want everybody to understand that no matter what, you're going to get true conservative commentary here on True Conservative radios. And you know what, folks? My heart's pumping. I may have taken way too many energy pills. I may be on the verge of a heart attack. I may have a goddamn coronary right now. But you know what, folks? I don't care. I don't care if I sit here and collapse of a damn coronary. I don't care if I sit here and die of a damn stroke. I don't care if I sit here and collapse under the pressure. The bottom line is, folks, is I hope that I spark synapses in each and every one of your brains in hopes of preserving some sort of sanctity for America, sanctity for the American family, sanctity for the American way. Hopefully that sparks some synapses in your brain to inspire something in you to go out and participate in this government instead of sitting on the sidelines. Get on the front line, you ass clown. Anyway, folks, we got 2 minutes left in the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Please bookmark the webpage, blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and spread that link like wildfire, folks. All right? Go out there and spread that link like wildfire. So, by God, folks, I want to thank you. This has been a pretty interesting 100th edition of True Conservative Radio, and we're going to do 100 more. We're going to do 1,000 more. We're going to continue to do these until I can no longer breathe on this earth. And, folks, if you appreciate the commentary, if you appreciate the program, please patronize the sponsors who have the testicular fortitude to sponsor the True Conservative Radio program. It's a very simple gesture to appreciate the program. Go out there and click on these sponsors out there, folks, because let me tell you something. These sponsors are the reason why True Conservative Radio consistently continues to outweigh its opposition. These sponsors continue to sponsor the True Conservative radio program amidst the controversy, amidst all the women's and gay and liberal groups that are trying to take yours truly off the air. These companies still have the testicular fortitude to go out here and advertise for a true patriotic program like True Conservative Radio. Anyway, folks, follow me on Twitter as well, folks. Ghost Politics is the name. Twitter.com/ghostpolitics. And once again, folks, please spread that link like wildfire. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, I want to thank you once again. Please spread the link like wildfire. Patronize the sponsors, folks, please. It's a small favor to ask to continue to get this type of true commentary. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. Long live the true conservative movement, and death, 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 death to feminism.
A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero, and it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.